All right, you guys, welcome to the first Team Prosperity meeting of the new year 2022. It's going to be a great year if you decide that you want it to be a great year. And really, if you get out of your own way, training enough agents over the past years, really, we are our own worst enemy. So like I said, if you choose to have a good year, you have a plan of action, you execute and get out of your own way, should be a good 12-month run for you. Like I said, this is the first meeting of the new year. I hope you guys had a nice holiday season. Obviously, the end of the year, Thanksgiving through, the first of the year, kind of a slow period of time. I hope you guys use that to get yourself into a position to continue to learn, continue to educate yourself, because at the end of the day, we always talk about this, the more that we can learn, the more that we can earn. And as a distribution standpoint or perspective, if you're learning stuff, passing it down, the velocity of the agency build out really picks up steam. Just as a quick reminder, guys, we're back to normal schedule. So these Wednesday team meetings, formal meetings with an agenda, they're live and recorded. The Saturday meetings that we have, it's come and go. So that's not recorded. There's no predetermined agenda or, presentation. So just come and go as you want. If you need help, have questions, want to talk strategy, whatever it might be, those meetings are available. Remember, Wednesday at noon Eastern, Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. We're going to give you guys a few weeks to adjust to the new year, get back into the rhythm of activity, but we're also going to be starting a new 12-week year. We do this stuff not to give you guys extra stuff to do, not to have more meetings, but to help you, like I was just talking about, learn how to get out of your own way, learn what to do, learn what not to do, and learn how to value compressed time frames over just an extended view of like an annual goal that we don't even really worry about until October. And we start freaking out because we're nowhere close. So more compressed time frames, more immediate goals that we're looking for. We'll have a sign-up sheet. If you haven't read the book, the audio book, I don't care which one, get through it. If you have gotten through it, get through it again. And we'll work with you guys in small groups to make sure you're getting where you want to go this year. So this new year, like I said, it can be an incredible year. If you decide that you want it to be an incredible year, you have the plan of action, the strategy, the execution, like we talked about, getting out of your own way. Our theme, our motto, whatever you want to call it for this year, be part of freedom. You're creating freedom for yourself. You're creating freedom for your clients, your partners. So this is a win-win-win all the way around. And we've got products, services, solutions, education that's much needed in today's marketplace. So when you're looking at making this a good year, the first thing that we really want to understand is, what are we trying to do? Well, when you're out there pushing a product or a service, you have to understand, does anybody care about the product or service? And then what's the scope or what's the magnitude of the need for what I'm trying to offer? All you got to ask yourself is, in this country, in the United States of America, do people have too much debt and too little wealth? The answer is yes. So once you start to understand the mission, the vision of what we're trying to do, it becomes easier to talk about what you do, get excited about what you do, and then transfer that into revenue, income, and growth. I posted this in the Facebook group the other day. It starts early, guys, and it snowballs. So you can see even the younger generation, 44%, almost half of the surveyed between the ages of 18 and 34 feel like they're drowning in debt. That's early in the life cycle. So what happens is the debt starts early and it snowballs. It's expensive to raise kids as they get older. You got college, you got weddings, you got, vehicles they need, all of this stuff. So this is what happens in our country, and it starts young and it really doesn't end. It just snowballs and we're just kind of shackled to this debt throughout the life cycle. And it's impeding us from moving into other areas of our life because we're so concentrated on making that credit card payment, making that mortgage payment, being able to meet next month's obligations. So what we do, like I said, is needed. Once you start to understand that, it becomes easier for your business model. That's all we're trying to do, guys. We're trying to take a debt-ridden society and convert that to wealth. It doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen on a large scale. We are going individual by individual, family by family. That'll have the ripple effects as we build nationwide distribution of this education and of these products and services. But once you get behind the mission, understand what you're trying to do and the good that you can bring to somebody's financial as well as personal life, like I said, it becomes easier on a day-by-day basis to go out and do what you need to do. One of the things that you can do to have a great year is drop the silent agent act. You got to be seen and you got to be heard. Remember, if you've got a solution that can really be beneficial and have huge positive ripple effects for people, go out there, talk to people about it, put stuff out about it, be seen and be heard. You got to be able to start a conversation. So if you're in business for yourself, you want to talk about your business, whether that's a restaurant, whether that's an accounting firm, or whether it's, an education format like what we offer on the front side. You've got to start the conversation. That could be as easy as asking somebody a question, getting somebody's opinion, but just learn on a daily basis to start conversations that are centered around talking about, what you do, probably more importantly, why you do, and what you can do for other people. You got to think like a business owner. Remember, this is not a job. This is something that you own. This is something you put together. This is something that you're surrounded by people that will help you. But ultimately, this is your business. So you need to think like a business owner. And what that means is, Alana, myself, our other business partners, we're constantly thinking about how do we make this better? How do we make this better for ourselves? How do we make this better for our partners? How do we make this better for our clients? How do we create a better marketing approach? Everything, all facets of the business. This is what you think about, because as you think about that on a continual basis and you fix stuff, make stuff better, becomes a more smooth operation. And what that means is more outcomes, more money, more income, all the things you're looking for. As a business owner, we have to invest in the future of our business right now, today. Now, I kind of made this a blurry graphic because I think people have misconceptions about what an investment in the future of your business really is. If you have no money to invest in your business, or you don't know enough about the business, you're getting past a learning curve where it doesn't make sense to invest money in your business, you invest other things. And the most valuable thing that you can invest into your business right now, today, is time. So we can sit around and we can, read social media posts, twiddle our fingers, find tons of ways to waste time. We are all experts at wasting time as human beings, but what you have to understand is your time is an investment. If you're investing time into a professional sector of your life, like a business, then you need to understand that's got to get a return. If there's no investment, there's no return. If there is an investment and there's little to no return, we have to alter the way that we're investing our time. But, this is not about a financial number in your bank account. All of us have the 24 hours a day. What are you going to invest into your business today? And what's that going to return? You got to act. So thinking about how to do something, reading about how to do something, or just kind of like jumping in the deep end, those are all different ways to go at something. You need to jump in the deep end. You need to have action. Facebook's motto when they first came out was move fast and break stuff. You need to understand that as you have action, you're going to come into things, roadblocks, obstacles that you'll start to overcome. Without enough action, you never really experience enough of those to remove and alleviate those, which means as other people that are coming to your agency have those problems, you haven't been there yet. So you have to pave a way and make sure that you understand how to coach, mentor, train, support people to bring them through that path. Action changes things. Action is the fundamental key to all success. So don't worry about knowing or needing to know everything. Remember, if you're just sitting back and say, hey, I just need to read all this, process all this, I'm not sure what to do, that's just a veiled form of procrastination. That's just actually holding you back. It's one of those things that we do to ourselves, kind of self-sabotage, waste time. Just jump in, start having the action. Action is one of the best ways to learn the business. Along with action, guys, not just random indirect action, but yes, we're having action, but why are we having action? What's the intention behind the action? What are we trying to accomplish? Because everything, whether it's a text, email, phone call, meeting, it should have some type of an objective or target attached to it. And along the way, with the action, with the intention, like we talk about, we use things like the 12-week year to learn not to set annual targets, but to set, even daily targets for ourselves. and make sure that along the way to a longer term goal that we're on the right path and that we're on a right speed of pace to reach that, target or objective longer term at the time that we want to do it. Also, you guys, this year, still, there's a lot of ways to get distracted. It's easier than ever to get distracted with all the information flying to us at, basically real time, but you got to be focused. You got to stick to your plan. You got to stay focused. And with that, discipline will come dollars. And we talk about that. If you're undisciplined in your business, then you're not going to build the business you want. You're not going to attract the right type of talented people to surround yourself with. People want to be surrounded by people that they think that can lead them to their own individual and personal goals. And all the team is just a collection of personal individual goals that lead to organizational goals. So if you're focused and you can stick to the plan and teach other people to do that, it's not a hard business to build. Get organized. Part of my constant battle with myself internally is organization. I'm not the most organized person. So I know, my strengths, my weakness, what I need to work on. Organization, if you are organized, it will greatly help you in your business. If you're not organized, it's going to hurt your business, not only in terms of, follow up and time managed, but even the outcomes, the revenue and income are going to suffer. And also with the action, guys, we can be busy or we can be effective. We can have a lot of things going on that really aren't transferring or translating into any type of a decent outcome for it. So remember, you tier the activity. What's the most important activity of the day? The stuff that you probably don't want to do. It's the calls, it's the follow-ups. Tier that as the most important. And then all the other stuff, the postings and other stuff that you do underneath. That way, if you get the most important stuff done and some of the other tier 2 activity is not done, that's okay. If you reverse it and don't get your tier 1 activity done, that's going to be a problem. So effective over just being busy. And then as a business owner, guys, when you're thinking about your business, one of those questions that we constantly ask ourselves, how do I position my product to sell to my ideal customer? Once you unlock who your ideal customer is, once you unlock where to find that ideal customer, get in front of them with language that's going to have them responding with, request engagement, this becomes just, a factory-like organization to it. Because once you find a persona and once you align with that persona and you start getting engagement with that persona, you are constantly talking to the same type of person, which is going to help you understand, their problems, perceived problems, whatever it might be. You start to know that persona actually better than they know themselves. And that allows you to lead conversations, guide to next action steps with a reason to do so. Everybody has different personalities. Everybody's got different languages, different ways they like to talk. So we're not going to say that one approach is the best. You're going to get to pick your approach, whatever is best for you. But I will tell you that going through your business, you need to understand that when you are either training new agents or looking at your own warm market, you need to approach that warm market more from a mission based. This isn't pitching, recruiting, selling. This is asking for their help. Hey, if I'm going to be investing money into this business, that warm market, I would really like their opinion about X, Y, and Z, whether it's sitting down for an educational meeting, critiquing me how I'm doing, whether it's sitting down to run reports to get practice with that. If you're asking for their opinions, if you're asking for their help in the warm market, that's going to be the best way to approach. Another point about the warm market that I think is a misconception is the warm market is not just when you come in and start something. It's a walk of life kind of scenario. So understand, you're always cultivating your markets. The warm market is no different. But once again, if you lead the warm market, those relationships that you have with the mission, asking for help, asking for opinions, you're going to get a better response. And then outside of that market, we have different ways that we attract from social media, common market, and cold market. You could go entirely in the cold market and build this business. So this business can be built from a lot of different perspectives, a lot of different approaches, but essentially you need to understand each market and what you're trying to do. Remember, the action in a marketplace with the intention. What am I trying to accomplish there? And then, just in case you guys don't know, the common market here, all that is, it's a loose affiliation. So if I went to the same school as somebody else, I'm an alumni member, we're both, went to the same university or whatever, that's got that loose affiliation. That's the common market that'll usually buy you that little bit of time on the front end to get the conversation going. So understand where your markets are, understand what you're trying to accomplish, and understand the approach of each market. You will build an enormously big business, guys, if you learn how to build it. And that's front loading your business. You've got to get enough of the right kind of traffic coming to those pages that we built for you guys that are getting further education, that are giving the guides, that are creating the leads, that eventually through automation or manual nudges, we're getting a percentage of those into productive online meetings. Once again, if you've got a dialed in persona and you're bringing that in, it's going to be easier versus just bringing in random, I hate to call data garbage, but if you're bringing the wrong kind of stuff in, you're going to get the wrong kind of stuff on the outside or the back end. So understand that when you front load your business, you have enough of the right kind of traffic coming through. Everything else with our help will take care of itself. That's that marketing funnel we got, guys. And at the end of our funnel, we're not taking somebody to an e-commerce checkout or selling stuff. We're taking them to an appointment calendar where they can get additional information, free education, whatever it is that they're looking for. Traffic is the amount of people that are going to pages. Conversion is the percentage of that traffic that's doing the next action step, whether it's, opting in for a guide, whether it's booking that meeting. So you need a good amount of traffic coming, and then B, the secondary conversions is what we look at to fill that digital pipeline. And when you're looking at a conversion rate, we've really got two that we look at. First, that traffic that comes through that opts in for your free guide, what percentage of that traffic is opting in? And then secondarily, out of the people that opt in, what percentage of those people are actually booking education meetings with you? That back-end education meeting book is the main conversion that we look for. But like I said, the traffic and the upfront opt-in conversion is going to be a good leading indicator of what we can expect on the back end. So those guides, that information that we give out, when you're advertising, we get it out in a number of different ways, whether it's personal contact, whether I'm talking to somebody directly, and I'm, instructing them where to go to get the information that they need to accomplish what they're trying to accomplish, whether I'm setting up events, webinars, seminars, it really doesn't matter. I'm still pushing people towards an action step, online and referrals. So really, when you look at this, whether it's online digital marketing or whether it's traditional marketing like mailers, really what we want to do is we want to push that audience, that traffic into those pages to get opt-ins to create the leads that we're looking for. So now the lead has been created. We have A, somebody to talk to, and B, something to talk to them about, right? Because at the end of the day, we've tried to make this easy for you guys. Hey, if you're looking to do this, check this out. This is exactly how you do it. Whether that's client, partner side, it doesn't matter. You are X, here's Y to help you do Z. Very, very simple, guys. And when you lead with value, gives you a position of power in the conversation, communication, and helping them take those next action steps. That lead magnet, as long as it's valuable and as long as it's got some good information, that's really one of the best ways to get people, like I said, into that landing page with the form to get the opt-ins and the lead creation. Now we talk about email, social, blog, but we also just talked about traditional marketing, mailers, flyers, whatever it might be. It doesn't matter. We're driving traffic to a page with a valuable opt-in giveaway to create that lead generation. That's the gateway to your business. Once you understand that the more traffic you have coming in, the more opt-ins you have coming in, the more education meetings and revenue and income you're going to have, becomes easier to, once again, thinking like a business owner, how do I generate the most traffic to these sites? How do I get the most opt-ins? And then from that point, how do I manage my digital pipeline and my digital factory the most efficiently that I can to get me the best outcomes? Inside that, we've tried to help you guys with marketing campaigns, triggers to try to push this automatically to what we're looking for, the booked appointments. But like I said, once you build up your digital factory and pipeline, you learn how to manage it, We can have additional trainings on whatever you guys need. There is automation, there is triggers, but you also have to have a follow-up strategy. It's not going to be fully automated. You're going to have to go in, you're going to have to manage that pipeline. And like I said, if something's not automated, manually nudge them through. We're looking for outcomes. And these are the outcomes, guys. That's that big first conversion. How many booked appointments can we get for ourselves, our agents, our agency every week? If we've got 12 to 15 consistently for our agents, and we talked about this before, what is a booked appointment? It's somebody with a reason to do something. You get 12 to 15 of those on your calendar every week, and you teach your agents and your agencies how to do the same. This is an incredible growth opportunity for you. Inside those meetings, remember, the upfront marketing, getting people into these book meetings, whether you're doing the education or somebody else, you guys have to understand that front side, what we did, that ebook, that giveaway, that builds some rapport, trust, credibility. You got to get the rest of this done in that one-on-one meeting, because once this is accomplished, like we always talk about, you get that other person on the other side talking. Once they feel comfortable, they're going to start talking. That gives you information, whether that's a problem they want to avoid or this is a goal they want to achieve. That information uncovers that. From that, you're able to offer a solution to help them avoid or get to the problem or the goal. And then that's the action step. So you can see, when you reverse engineer this back, dissect it backwards, all components equal mastery. So this is how you get somebody talking. This is how you get the information that uncovers a problem that leads to a solution that you can help with. Now we've got an action step. Can't just lead with an action step without giving somebody a reason to do something. In these meetings, guys, or in marketing, upfront marketing, or in the front side of these education meetings that lead to the secondary meetings, you always want to anticipate resistance. Your goal is to get that prospect talking about their goals and their problems. Remember, it's not about a product. It's not about a solution. It's about selling that appointment. It's about getting them from that first meeting into the second meeting with enough desire to see what their actual situation looks like. And you've got to, I think Alana and I have been out in North Carolina for about 5 years. I don't think I played golf one time since I've been here. So if I went out on the golf course right now, I'm going to suck, right? Same thing. When you get into some of these early presentations as an educator, it's not going to be the greatest thing. If you do one of these a week, your learning curve growth is going to be very slow. If you get a lot of these done per week, you get past the learning curve way quicker. So just like, any, athlete, musician, surgeon, all of us as professionals, sales reps get better when we practice. More meetings we have, the more practice we have, the better that we get. I mean, that's pretty obvious. And then as we're getting better, as we're having those meetings, we're going to create outcomes. And those outcomes are going to include clients, partners, or absolutely nothing. Once again, if we have enough traffic on the front side, we have enough meetings per week, we know where we're doing a good job in those presentations and education meetings, we're going to get what we're looking for. Not everybody's going to fit into what we can help them with. Not everybody's going to see how we can help them. We're looking for really to help the people that want to help themselves. Once you understand, it's not about rebuttaling and convincing, it's about helping people that want to help themselves. This gets easier. Like I said, that creates revenue income growth. So you can reverse engineer that all the way back to your front side traffic that you're pushing to those opt-in pages. There's no traffic, there's not going to be any revenue and income, and it goes all the way back to the factory pattern. We're bringing in raw material, traffic into those pages. We're getting opt-ins, we're creating leads, stages of production in products. And through this process in your digital factory, got to have a little grit to see this through. You need to think about expansion as a business owner. How big do you want this business to go? Because there is really no point of resistance for scalability other than your ability to bring in the right people, manage them, coach them, mentor them to get them to where they want to go. Remember, this business is twofold. You need to learn this business as an agent, and then you need to learn this business as a manager. This is production. This is distribution. You can't come over here as a manager till you learn this business as an agent. So remember, it's twofold. You get paid on both sides of the business, but ultimately it's a learning curve. before you're ready to take over this managerial position, we'll help you with it. And as you're moving through, like I said, the learning curve, as you're learning new things that are helping you as an agent, make sure you are passing that down to your agents and agencies, because when you talk about not a product but a solution, not a price but a value, not a place but an access, not a promotion but information, even small tweaks in languages and conversation can have big impacts on the outcome. So understand, small things you discover that help you, please pass it forward to your agents. Because at the end of the day, you're going to get to an exit strategy. You're going to get to that passive override income on a large basis by building a high performance team. So high performance teams are built from the ground floor by making sure that that ground floor, that foundation is solid as an agent transferring over into management. This is a powerful digital franchise opportunity, guys, that allows people to work from home with a legitimate product service solution that allows them, to live their dream lifestyle, to do good. So, this combines a lot of things. So when you're talking to people, this is about what they want. And it's also about the ability to go out and do something worthwhile that, has a meaningful fulfillment to it. Remember, as you're talking to people, whether it's clients or partners, the value of what we do, the disruption of either the technology, the education, the business opportunity, it's going to be different from everybody. So when you're finding that value piece from the disruption, it's not going to be the same for everybody. When you do find the value piece, make sure you hit on that several times in the conversation. And as a business owner, you want to think outside the box. I mean, COVID taught us that, expect the unexpected. But when you're thinking about your business, constantly thinking about how can I make this better, understand thinking outside the box, getting outside your comfort zone is where all the growth is going to occur. We've got a vision, and I think we've got some foundation for a nice run here that takes us, well through the beginning parts of the next decade. So when you're thinking about the business opportunity, you're talking to clients, you're talking to partners, we've got something. Who's coming with me? This isn't something where we sell a product or a service to a client and the relationship ends. This is an ongoing relationship with both sides of the business, partner and client. So our main message to people is, after they've been inundated with what we can possibly do for them as a partner or client, who's coming with me? Because we invest time, energy, resources behind people. Got to make sure it's a good fit. The good fit not only, goes through their professional background as a potential partner, but it also comes back to being more than just interested. That's committed to what we're doing and seeing it through. Guys, that's all we have for this week. That's the first meeting of the week. Hope you guys got some stuff out of it. We're going to dive down heavy this year to making sure we create as many 6- and 7-figure businesses as possible, knowing that as that's created, what we're doing for the lives of our clients as well.